Hi everybody, welcome to DIY Dream Wedding. My name's Kim and I create bespoke wedding bouquets and connect with you online to create the bouquet of your dreams. And welcome to my channel. And welcome to all those new subscribers as well. Thanks for joining me. It's really nice to have you on board. So this project is a new one and it's going to be a hanging wedding bouquet. It's not going to be a heart one, but this is an example of what it's going to look like. So it's going to look like this. So we're going to construct it in this way, and we're going to have the same flowers, but we're going to do it with initials instead of hearts. Okay. Originally we started with the shoe. You might have seen the horseshoe video on here, which was a hanging one. This is done on Facebook. Okay. The horseshoe one, let me show you, was done here on YouTube. Okay. Actually this is a Facebook one, but there's a one that I did on YouTube that's bigger, but it's the same sort of thing. Okay, so we're going to use the same hanging bouquet concept as these two bouquets, but we're going to use initials instead. So I hope you understand what I mean. Okay, so I'm really loving the way that this turned out, by the way. I finished this today on Facebook and I'm really pleased with this, really pleased with this. So we're going to do another one and we're going to do it in white. Okay, so we're going to use white ribbon and we're going to use white flowers. Okay, so what I've done here is I've cut these shapes out. So my idea is that you could have initials of the bride and groom on your bouquet. Okay, so my name's Kim and my husband's name is Julian. So I've done our initials here. Okay. And I've done them by basically, I just cut some thin card for the templates and then drew around them, okay, onto this tougher cardboard, thicker cardboard. And I've done two because I thought what I'd do is, because the cardboard's a bit thin and it's a very thin letter, that I would stick these together just to make them a little bit thicker. And then your flowers will go on like this. And what I thought was I wanted to make it the same sort of width as the flowers, and that's why I've only done like maybe 2 centimetres in width. But you could make these wider to maybe make them a bit stronger, perhaps use stronger cardboard. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to stick these together, and I use a hot glue gun to for most of my projects. Okay, so I'm just going to stick these together, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to ribbon them so that they look like the heart shapes that I just showed you. Okay, and I do a lot of ribboning on my videos, quite a lot. So I'll do this one, and I'll also do the J as well, because I find that it covers the cardboard or anything that you've got underneath that you don't want anyone to see. It really covers it up well, and it makes it look really pretty as well. So that's why I ribbon a lot on my videos. Okay, so that's your J. Okay, and that makes it a bit stronger. Okay, a little bit stronger. So first of all I'm going to start with a K, and I thought I'd come on and show you how to do this one because it's a really awkward shape and I haven't done it before either, so you can see how I'm going to do this. I'm kind of learning as I go along because, like I said, every design I do on here, and you will see that I've written this in the description, is most of them are new, so I do them on here first. And also on Facebook I just do the designs without trying them out, so this is going to be really interesting for you to watch. So now what I like to do with the ends is I like to cover them. See, I don't know if it's going to work or not because it's a little bit wider than the ribbon. Okay, but I like to cover the ends first, and I'm thinking maybe we could overlap that slightly, or perhaps we could do it with a thinner ribbon. We have got a thinner ribbon here and we've got just enough to do that, so we could use a thinner ribbon. Okay, so that way it should cover. So we'll do that. We'll use a thinner one because I've got a thinner one. I didn't have a thinner one of the other colour for the heart one, so I had to make do, but we'll do it with this ribbon. We've only got a little bit left. This is from, I think this is from not the range, what's the other one? Can't think. The Works, that's it. I think it's from the Works, this ribbon. It was in a little packet, and I wish I got more than one now. Anyway, so I'm going to cover the ends because what I'm going to do is I'm going to ribbon round this bit like this, sort of going across. I'm going to just basically measure how long I want that to be, and then just cut the end, cut it off there. Okay. I like to seal the ends of my ribbon. Okay. I like to seal the ends of my ribbon. And I think, let's just have a little go at this and just to see how much width we'll need. We could probably put 3 pieces on there like that. Okay, so I'm going to do that. So I'm going to put one like this. Okay, this is just trial and error, people, it really is. Like this. Just so we get this end bit covered, okay? And then we're going to do another one. Sorry, didn't need to. Try not to knock the camera too much. So I'm going to do 3 strips along this edge, okay? So 3 strips. So I'm going to cut that. Put my finger where I want that to be cut. About there. And we should just measure them the same as one another. So we'll just hold that up against there and then cut that in the same sort of place. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, like I said, just go over the edges so that they don't fray, okay? And I do that with a lighter, with a long lighter. The other way you can do it is with just, if you light a tea light, you can put it over the flame. That works. I find that works really well if you want to save a bit of the fuel in your lighter. So like that. So I'm going to do it like that. Okay. Yeah, thanks so much for all your support. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. And it's nice to share my creative journey with you. You know, the little things that I do and stuff. It just makes it worthwhile doing it as well. Not that it wouldn't anyway, but it's nice to be able to share it with people who enjoy to see these little bits and pieces that I make. Okay, so yeah. Right, okay, so just gluing that down like that. Okay, and then we're going to do the rest of them. So I'm going to do, that's 4 we'll need. So I think we'll need, so if I just cut, so we were 3, 6, 9. So we'll need 9 pieces for the ends of this K that we've got here. So I'm just going to measure the lengths against one another. Okay. So 3. 4. 6. So we need another 3. I think that's it. Okay, just going to seal these ends up. Normally I'd have this prepared, but like I said, I really didn't know how I was going to do this. I really didn't know how I was going to go about doing it. So these are all going to go on the ends of the K, and then what I'm going to do is ribbon it how I normally do, like I normally ribbon most of my bits and pieces. Just sealing these ends off. So I hate it when I what I don't, oh, it's going now. What I'm going to do is light this tea light here, because that we're losing the fuel out of that. So I'm going to, so what I've done is I've just lit a tea light so I can just wave it along the flame. That way I'm not clicking the lighter and losing the fuel off of that, because I've only got one more lighter left. Nearly there. That's it. Just 2 more to go. Right, yeah, normally I would do this first, but like I said, I just thought I'd quickly come on here so you've got another video to watch. Okay, so we've done those, so now we're just going to stick these on, yeah, like this. Been watching a bit of tennis, guys, so I don't know if you are into the tennis or not. Okay, so we're going to have a bit of problems here because this is going to go off the edge a bit. So let's have a little think how we're going to do. We could just bring it round. So I'm just going to bring that round like that and just stick it. Just stick the end like that, because it really doesn't matter, because you're going to bring your sorry if you heard any noise there, a call just came through. So you're just going to bring your ribbon round, but then it doesn't matter, because what we're going to do is we're going to bring this ribbon round and ribbon that anyway, so that's okay. So just doing this. So this is the first bit of the project. There, just like that. Your ribbon will come round and catch that piece. Like that. Okay, so that is most of that, the end of that covered. Can you see what I mean? And just like this piece. So that's what we want to do. We just want to do all those ends. And what I like to do is first, I was going to actually start doing the rest of the ribboning, but I'm just thinking, just show you how to do this bit first. Yeah, I think if you just tuck it in, it'll be fine. I think it'll be fine. Okay, so we're just going to just bring this I think that'll be okay. So I'm just going to fold that over. I think it's easier to do that than to actually cut it off and try to make it too fiddly. So we're going to bring that round, because when you get those flowers on, you're not going to see, and that ribbon's going to go over the top, so you're not going to see what's going on underneath that. So then we just, I wanted to show you all this because you just don't know what happens otherwise. It's one of those things where it can be a bit awkward. If it's a funny shape, it can be quite awkward to make the ribbon sit flat, if you know what I mean. So it's kind of experimental. So you just have to kind of let things go how they're going to go. You know, that's what you've got to do. Okay. What do they say? Just trust the process, basically. Just trust the process. Okay, like this. Okay, and then the last one we got here. This is easy because it's flat. Okay, I haven't cut out any of these flowers, so I think in this video I'll just show you how to do a little bit of the ribboning. And I'm going to say to you also, then what I'll do when I come back is I'll show you how to put this together and how to make the flowers. And you might have seen, actually, if you look back on the videos, I think there is a video on here which does show you how to make these flowers, but I can't remember. I think there is, but if not, just wait and I'll come back and show how to make the flowers. But if you do make them before I do, you will have to wait for the next video, or you can go back on the horseshoe video and see how I connected these pieces up. Okay, because what we want to do is we want to connect these two letters together before we put the flowers on. Okay, so don't put your flowers on until you've connected your letters together. Okay, so I'm going to just do this because I've got a feeling that an important phone call's come through. I'm just going to do this bit and then I'm going to come off. Okay, right, so what I like to do is take lots of ribbon off before I start ribboning. And I'm not sure, I might have to cast off and cast on with this because it's just blowing this candle out. It's basically it's quite an awkward shape, so I'm not sure how I'm going to do this. Okay, so I'm going to start just here. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue there and just put that right up against the edge of the end of my K, like that. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring that round and down. So I'm going to bring that round and down so it covers all of the cardboard. Okay, like that. And put some glue where I want that to go. So like I said, this is all totally experimental, so I'm not sure how this is going to work. I keep saying that, I know, but you just never know, do you? You never know. Okay, so yeah, then just bring it. So basically your aim is just to cover all of this K shape, all of the cardboard, like you did with if you did the horseshoe shape, you'll be familiar with this. You'll be really familiar with this. Okay, just try not to buckle the ribbon too much. It doesn't matter too much with this because we're going to put the flowers on top. Okay, there's not going to be much of it exposed. So it's when we come to these bits, these fiddly bits here, that it gets a little bit. So what I tend to do when I get to these little bits here is I think, right, okay, well, I have a little think about it, and I think, well, should we go down or should we go across? And it's a little bit, you're not quite sure what to do because it's quite awkward. So I think with this, do you know what I'm thinking? The best thing to do, because this is to just cut this off and then to carry on. So how are we going to ribbon this piece? Hold on a second, let me just see how we're going to, I think bring that down like that. Okay, because when you look, all of that will be covered. So we're looking at the edge to see what's covered. Okay, so if we bring that down like that, that will work because we should be able to bring that across like that. But if we can't, I might cut that off. Let's have a little go. So if we bring that down like that, I know that's going to cover that piece there. So we just trying to cover as much of this cardboard as we can. Yeah, so that works. And I'm thinking, shall we just go across here and then carry on, and then we can cut it at the end, and then we can add a bit this end. So it's all a little bit experimental, like we've got all that covered. So I think that's what we'll do. We come up here, because then then we can deal with that bit in a minute. Okay, so we'll come up here and we'll just bring that down like that. Okay, and we can come back and we can cover this other piece. We can cover this other bit afterwards. Okay, and let's have a go. Can we move that down a little bit more? Yeah. It's just really trying to cover it all on one piece of ribbon. I'm not sure if that's going to come in at a different angle now. Okay, so that's going to be a little bit of a... So it might have been better just to cut that off and start again, but I'm going to carry on with that. Okay, to the end. This gets twisted to there. Okay, like that. Doesn't matter if it's not as neat as you want it to be, because you're going to put your flowers on top. Okay, and then just bring that down. Like that. Should we bring it down like that? Oh, that's the thing. Okay, that's going to come from a different angle now. So do you know what? Can I take this up? Can I undo this? Sorry, I'm going to undo this because do you know what I'm thinking? See what I mean? This is what I mean by experimental, okay, guys and girls? So you're going to see how I've done that wrong. So what I'm going to do here is I am actually going to cut this off, knowing what that would have been like if I didn't, okay? So I'm going to cut that off there, and I'm going to do this bit separate to that bit. So okay, I don't know how long we've had on, 23 minutes. So that's how I'm going to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this from this end like this. So I'm going to start. I've never actually ribboned something slanted before, so it's like a little bit. Let's have a little go. See if I do it that way, it's straight, but then it's going to come down at an angle, isn't it? Whatever I do, it's going to come down at an angle. So let's just stick that like that. Okay, stick that down like that. And then, yeah, okay, so what we'll have to do is bring a separate piece of ribbon across that piece there. So this is a very awkward shape, which is why I wanted to come on and show you how I'm going to do this, because I haven't done it before and I'm only going to do it once. If I had 2 Ks, I would have done one off camera and then another one, but I haven't. So we just do that. What I want you to do is just go along and just ribbon the bits that are easy to ribbon, and then we'll go back and we'll do the other bits afterwards. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. So we'll do this bit separate, this bit separate, and this bit separate, and then we will come back and add some more ribbon, and then just do the other bits afterwards, because it really doesn't matter if it's not completely perfect. Okay, because like I said, those flowers are going over the top anyway. Okay, so we're doing it. So when I get to the end of here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this piece off. Okay, and then I'm going to come down. See, that's a bit narrow there, so I will come back and show you the awkward bits if there's any. But I've been on here for at least half an hour now, and I know you like the shorter videos. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come off, and I'll come back and show you the rest later. So that's the beginning of the ribboning for you. Like I said, if you want to carry on your own, just come to the end, cut this piece off, then do the other bit, cut that bit off, do that bit, and cut that bit off. And don't worry about this bit yet. And then I'll come back and show you. Okay, so that's it for today. Anyway, I'll see you again next time. Don't forget to press a like and comment below if you like what you see. And yeah, I will see you again soon. Okay then, bye bye for now.